The nation's biggest fire has already destroyed an area larger than Los Angeles. The mega fire is burning so hot that it essentially generated its own weather pattern and spread dangerous smoke as far as New York City. The fire is moving so fast that many ranchers weren't able to rescue their cattle. The small community is just a few miles away from the edge of the fire. Summer has been living here for more than 20 years.
I know that there's probably hundreds of cattle that have been lost, and there's probably hundreds of cattle that are still out there. The Janes lost a bunch, the Yamsey Ranch up Joe Jane, they lost some. The Gallaghers out here at Whiskey Creek Ranch, which are like my family.
The fire department put out signs across the area to keep people updated. Brand and his wife recently moved here to start a new life as farmers.
This fire has been much bigger, and seeing the clouds from it and just seeing the containment line only be about this big right here for days and days and days, it's been a big one.
That the extreme heat and drought fueling the fires in the US is caused by climate change. And it's also why mega fires are becoming more frequent. More than 100 families already have lost their homes to the flames, and thousands are employed to control traffic. In many areas, only ranchers are allowed in to check on their cattle. According to officials, the fire was sparked by lightning.
The Dixie wildfire, California's biggest blaze to the north of the state, is growing rapidly. Firefighters are battling day and night to try to bring it under control, but it's spreading with such ferocity that it's making its own weather, creating huge clouds that are generating lightning strikes across the region. About a fifth of the fire's perimeter has been contained, but officials say the along with low humidity, is hampering efforts to quell the flames. People have been evacuated from their homes in several nearby counties. Smoke from the fire is travelling far and wide and is even reaching the neighbouring state of Oregon, where it's helping firefighters put out the country's largest blaze, known as the Bootleg Fire, south of Portland. Is blocking sunlight and creating cooler conditions, making it easier for firefighters to gain ground on the blaze. But the phenomenon, known as smoke shading, is unpredictable, and there are fears that high temperatures and wind gusts later in the weekend could fan the flames further. Efforts to bring this fire have been further complicated by an outbreak of COVID-19 among firefighters. Those who've tested positive are isolating and are said to be exhibiting mild symptoms. With a long, hot summer still ahead, these fires will challenge much of the western United States for many weeks to come. Peter Bowes, BBC News, Los Angeles.
Concerned. Yeah, so we did have 9 firefighters that tested positive. They are exhibiting.
Myers speaking to us a little earlier.